What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the return of a real hardcore mode in Modern Warfare 2, some more Season 2 updates, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and let me know down below in the comment section, have you guys postponed any of your camo grinding because of a lack of a classic hardcore experience here in Modern Warfare 2, or did you suck it up and just do everything you had to do over in Tier 1? Let me know how you're feeling about that down below. Now, in the background, enjoy about 90 kills here on some Tier 1 shipments. It's, of course, a playlist currently available in Modern Warfare 2 for a limited time. Obviously, there will always be a Tier 1 shipment option, but the dedicated 24/7 Tier 1 shipment playlist won't be in the game for that much longer. Over the years, I haven't been that much of a fan of hardcore. I mean, I've played it, got some nasty gameplays, I've used hardcore across different Call of Duty titles to do certain challenges, but I never really played hardcore all that much, and I probably won't be doing that much of Tier 1 grinding here in Modern Warfare 2 either, but we'll get to that in a second. So, we've gotten about 5 days in a row of marketing for Season 2 of Modern Warfare 2, and today, I do believe we got some of the best news yet for Modern Warfare 2 specific fans. I know for the past couple of days they've been talking more about Warzone and of course DMZ, but today we got something about multiplayer. So as they tweeted, no HUD, no problem, hardcore is back. Follow Season 2's multiplayer updates in our studio blog later this week. So for those that are a bit confused about this, Tier 1 is not traditional hardcore as we know. It's a bit of a variant of hardcore, and it's probably another example of them reinventing the wheel where they really didn't have to. Now, in all honesty as well, I think if they would have confirmed updates like this before the confirmation of a delay for Season 2, people out there would have warmed up better to the 2-week delay. I mean, if they would have came out with at least, 3 to 5 tweets like they have about what's going to be featured in the next season, then shortly after that they said, hey guys, we need a little bit more time to actually polish this content and to market it correctly, so we're going to push back the season by 2 weeks, but they kind of did it a bit backwards, which I'm okay with as a content creator. We'll figure things out. There's always something to talk about, of course, but for those out there that either don't have Twitter or for those that have been burnt out of the content currently available in game, you guys are probably scratching your head like, wait, why are they now confirming all of this hype about Season 2 when they could have done this during the big drought that we had at the beginning of January? Now, also be sure to check out damnmods.com for the safest Modern Warfare 2 services, such as assistance with Orion Camo or even bot lobbies. This works on all platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and even PC, and is trusted by thousands of customers. Trustpilot even has some excellent reviews for Damnmods as well, which you can check out with the link down below in this video's description. Now, here's the thing when it comes to Tier 1 here in Modern Warfare 2. There was a video put together brilliantly by Exclusive Ace not too long ago, which does make it very loud and clear to us that Tier 1 is just not hardcore. It's that simple. It's a variant of it, and for those that might say, oh, it's similar enough, yeah, I get what you're saying, right? It's kind of like the hardcore you want to do some of your camo grinding, but at least from my perspective, I like to see what I'm doing in the sense of, hey, if I shoot somebody, whether it's a teammate or an enemy, I like to have that kill feed pop up. I mean, if they want to come out with a new version of a kill feed just for hardcore or Tier 1, I'm also open to that, but not seeing any indication of all of what you did, not even hit markers, that's a bit of a problem. I mean, as I've talked about in other videos before, every iteration of hardcore over the years have given you indication that you did something, whether it's you shot a teammate, whether it's that you killed an enemy, whatever that case is, that always helps, but my experience with Tier 1 has been pretty comedic here in Modern Warfare 2, where nearly every match I've played of it, I played it for about an hour today. Every match I played of it, my team was completely clueless on what to do. They were getting stomped. I mean, OBJ was ridiculous. We had no control over the map whatsoever, and obviously it's shipment, so you expect that. But even playing Tier 1 on other maps in Modern Warfare 2, I had about the same experience, where the enemies were CDL professionals, knew exactly what to do and how to play, and my team had no idea what's going on, but still, we still got some great gameplay nonetheless, as you're seeing here in the background. But with that, I mean, it just gets crazy. On top of the fact that Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer has other flaws, so combine that with Tier 1 shortcomings, it's a bit of a rough experience at times. But look, the adrenaline rush that you might get from going on a psycho streak in hardcore has been something that's kind of unmatched. No matter what Call of Duty you're playing, it feels great to just go off in hardcore and just absolutely stomp the enemy team all by yourself. You can still get that feeling here in Tier 1, but it's still just not quite hardcore as we remember it. And I think what's funny about this gameplay in the background is that I ended up getting a second chopper gunner without even knowing it. So I love that idea too, that it's that realistic to where, yeah, you might miss out on the fact you have some streaks available to use because you're going off so much and get no indication on screen that you're on a certain streak or that you unlocked a certain score streak that you can use. But as I just said, right, it's an ultra realistic take on hardcore. I mean, hardcore is already a very realistic take on COD multiplayer, so to go even further than that with Tier 1 just wasn't necessary in my opinion, and goes back to something I said earlier, and something that was beautifully brought up in this video that I'll have linked down below. It's put together by Harrison Makes Things over on YouTube, where he completely redesigns the entire UI MWII for COD 2.0, he even says it. They've reinvented the wheel in so many ways that they didn't have to, and that might have actually took resources and time away from things that actually needed attention. I mean, could there have been an actual combat record put in COD 2.0 sooner than later if they didn't have to worry about reinventing all these elements of the game that they could have just left alone or left traditional like we were accustomed to across previous Call of Duty titles? And I think both Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, and hopefully not Warzone Mobile though, Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 definitely share this problem where it's like, wait, why are these things different, changed, and innovated upon when they didn't have to happen? And then these other things that you would think are going to be in the game day one are missing, right? Do those go hand in hand? Is there a correlation there? That might be the case. I mean, something I've been thinking about is the time being spent now to get back to the roots of traditional Call of Duty multiplayer and even the roots of Warzone 1 where we left off in Vanguard's life cycle. That time being spent to get back to those points might have been actually used to come out with new and better content, but they have to kind of hold off on that now till maybe, what, Season 3? Because Season 2 is kind of getting us back to where we all want to be with how the gameplay is. But something I've also preached ever since Black Ops 4 is that launch impressions are important. Obviously, we can all agree that even some content creators or the toxic members of Twitter or Reddit played a part in just allowing Black Ops 4 to go downward in terms of popularity, despite Black Ops 4 having fixed all the problems that the game had by, what, December-ish, about a month after launch. Even though that happened, there was a lot of damage that was still done, and even if people were more positive towards Black Ops 4 after those issues got fixed, there was still that idea that, look, the launch window was rough enough to where it turned people off, and there's people that probably never return to that game ever again after seeing what launch was like. World War II also kind of had a problem like that. Coincidentally, about a year before Black Ops 4 came out, World War II didn't launch in the best state and got a full overhaul after New Year's when the devs got back from holiday break, but by then it was still too late to where they lost a lot of their player base. Now, Modern Warfare 2 is bigger than both of those games by far, but I still think there was some damage done with the launch window to where it might have hurt what the post-launch cycle is going to look like for this game. And obviously, we already got confirmation that the player count has dropped drastically in more ways than another, especially for Warzone 2. So I can't even imagine those out there that might just play hardcore and were turned off by Tier 1 and also won't be returning to Modern Warfare 2 until at least Season 2's launch on February 15th. Hopefully, they can reverse some of the damage that was done, but right now, it just seems like a lot of damage control is happening, right? Where they just didn't make some of the right moves, communication just wasn't on point, and once Activision started seeing numbers and started seeing some very concerning stats about COD 2.0, they're like, look, change has to happen, and it has to happen now. So instead of releasing Season 2 when it was supposed to, February 1st, they're going to push it back 2 weeks to make sure that everything that needs to be added to the game gets added as soon as possible. But overall, if you look back at the beta window for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, even Charlie Intel put out funny tweets about how Infinity Ward is kind of 1 for 4 right now. Obviously, issues that persisted quite a bit in MW19 are still issues that exist now, whether it's a lack of red dots in the minimap, lobbies disbanding, Dead Silence field upgrade, or a lack thereof, the SBMM effect on the game itself. They went ahead and confirmed that lobbies disbanding is something that they've tweaked a little bit for Modern Warfare 2, where it won't disband often. It will still disband, but not as frequently or consistently as we're accustomed to. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really remember seeing lobbies really stick together in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, and I've played this game quite a bit, so it might be one of those rare things where only in certain modes or certain matches with certain stats will you end up seeing that lobby stick together after the match is over. But overall, what about even something like reload canceling, right? Are these things they're going to slowly walk back on one by one with every season? If that's the case, that's cool, but it's a little bit embarrassing when you look at the fact that they really doubled down on all these changes, and they could have made these changes from the window between beta to launch, but didn't. They doubled down on all these things, but now that the numbers are dropping for the post-launch seasons, now they're walking back on these things. It's a little concerning to see, but hey, hopefully it doesn't take time away from actual new content that we need to see for the game cycle, since they're spending a lot of time right now kind of getting us back to where we're all accustomed to with Call of Duty multiplayer. Now, something else that I've been saying for a while, which you'll probably agree with, is that this has been marketed very heavily as the start of COD 2.0, the start of a new era for this franchise. And although Modern Warfare 2 has done a lot of good for the community, I mean, even Warzone 2 has introduced changes that I think are healthy for the future of the COD Battle Royale genre, there still are a lot of shortcomings that really do stain the idea of a quote-unquote new era for Call of Duty, right? Is this the best possible first impression they could have gave us for COD 2.0? Absolutely not, but I am curious what Treyarch and Sledgehammer will bring to the table to really emphasize for us that yes, it is going to be a new era of COD in ways we haven't seen before for not just the multiplayer, but eventually zombies and other modes we don't know about yet. Modern Warfare 2 has done a good job with showing us, hey, here's raids, here's a new version of Spec Ops, here's DMZ, here's all all this, and I'm all for it. Even a new camo grinding system in which you can actually grind through on Warzone Mobile, that's fantastic. There are some great changes that I'm totally on board with, but to see a lack of some very basic features and gameplay ideas, that is a bit concerning. But hopefully Modern Warfare 2 kind of sets the tone for the future in the sense that we're going to go back to what we're all used to and what the community really wants, and we won't see very core features missing again in future Call of Duty launches from other developers. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the return of a real hardcore mode here in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer? How are you feeling about all these Season 2 updates we've been getting over the last few days via Infinity Ward's Twitter? And what are your thoughts on everything else we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.